Hermes agent just dropped another update, v0.8. This is a big one because this is the intelligence release. Yeah, see? If you have workflows where you constantly need to push to production, pay attention to this release. We're gonna cover everything you need to know in this video. So let's start off with the new features that have been introduced in this update. We got 6 top highlights, but 3 of them are really helpful for everyday Hermes agent users. First, we got the background task auto notification. So there's a new notify on complete flag that you can attach to any long running process. So instead of the agent just, sitting there polling, it can kick off the job and then go do other work and then get notified when results land. So this is a very helpful feature for asynchronous work. And second, we got the live model switching. So you can now swap providers and models mid-session from the CLI, Telegram, Discord, or any platform that you are on. And it's aggregator aware. So it stays on Open Router or on News Portal if you're using this one whenever possible. So it falls back automatically if needed, which is actually one of the features that I really like about Hermes Agent that is, I think, fine. It's missing in OpenClaw, which is that fallback provider. So if my primary model is not working, or if the limit has been reached, I can't use that, it can fall back to my other model. So say, for example, Opus 4.6, limits reached, okay, done. Then I fall back to Minimax to continue do the work. And the third one is the self-optimized GPT and Codex tool calling. So Hermes literally diagnosed its own failure models through automated benchmarking and patched 5 of them. So this is actually what makes the intelligence in this intelligence release. So whenever you're pushing something to prod and something fails, this can be a much more reliable fix for those failures. Also, as mentioned in yesterday's video, big shout out to MCP v2 Pro, now available on the news portal for free. For auxiliary tasks. Now, on the provider side, this release adds a lot. So Google AI Studio is now a native provider with automatic context length detection through the models.dev registry. So you always get accurate limits without hard coding anything. Then we got the interactive model picker on Telegram and Discord, which lets you switch models using inline buttons, no typing required. There's also Minimax TTS with their Speech 2.8 model and support for the free tier Xiaomi MiMo V2 Pro on the news portal for auxiliary tasks like compression and summarization. And a small note here, if you're using Grok or Ollama Cloud, XAI Grok now gets prompt caching. Ollama gets cloud auth and alias tab completion, and stale OAuth credentials no longer block open router auto detection. Now, let's talk about the unique feature that makes Hermes Agent, self-evolving, which is the agent loop intelligence. So their agent loop apparently is getting smarter now in several key ways. So earlier we talked about that self-diagnosis system running automated behavioral benchmarking matchmaking on GPT and Codex models. They were able to find 5 failure patterns and then injected those fixes, including execution discipline, guidance in system prompts, and thinking only pre-fill for structured reasoning. So the result is a much more reliable tool calling on OpenAI models. Next up is for messaging platforms. I'll only talk about Discord here. So for Discord, they get ignored channels and no thread channels config options. Native /command registration for skills, which is actually super useful rather than just typing it there. If you want a much more better feel for it, of course, /commands work much better. And then you also get approval buttons. So dangerous commands surface as clickable buttons instead of asking users to type /approve. So if you've been using Hermes Agent for the past few days, you notice that whenever you ask them to to execute a task, they would say, can you type /approve to approve this? And then I'm like, okay, fine, approve, whatever. So now you just get to click a button instead of just typing /approve. Honestly, not that big of a difference, just a UI change there for that interface on Discord. Now, 2 major upgrades in the tool system. Execute code now works on remote backends such as Docker, SSH, and Modal. Previously, this was local only, so this is a big deal for anyone running Hermes in cloud or containerized environments. The notify on complete flag, which we mentioned earlier in the highlights, is now being implemented in the terminal tool level. So it works for any background process, regardless of what platform you're running on. And on the browser side, the managed browser provider has been switched from browser base to browser use. And Firecrawl is now available as a cloud browser provider. I don't know why this is here. This is already introduced several patches ago. But JavaScript evaluation via browser console also landed in this release. There's also better exit code context in terminal results. So your Hermes agent now explains what those common CLI exit codes mean, which helps your agent understand what went wrong rather than just seeing a non-zero return. Next up, we got 6 new skills that have already shipped in this release. Of course, you got the LLM Wiki, super hot. Anything that Karpathy does is hot, and LLM Wiki is basically just the Obsidian workaround for storing those information, but much more better and it's on a native level now with Hermes agent. So this is also a skill that you can use if you have a lot of markdown files where you need your Hermes agent to be able to think critically and connect the information between certain markdown files depending on what categories they are. So this is now on a native level. Glad to see LLM Wiki being as part of the native skills here in Hermes agent. You can check these other skills out. For the time being, I don't really see a use for these skills, but LLM Wiki is a super useful skill, especially for research. Now, next up, we got memory and sessions. So for memory, they get a new provider, which is called Super Memory. This is with multi-container support, configurable search modes, and per user scoping via identity templates. Shared thread sessions are now the default for multi-user gateway developments, meaning multiple people in a Telegram group or a Discord server can share a session without manual configuration, which was super annoying because there was a time that I was not able to communicate with Stark on Hermes here because this is Michael's agent. This is not my agent. And I had to manually configure Stark on Hermes to be able to reply to me, but now it seems it's the default. You no longer have to set it up manually, so that's pretty cool. Now, security and reliability. Of course, every release has security hardening. Not to bore you here, but I don't see it here, but I think it was mentioned earlier regarding MCP OAuth. So now MCP supports full OAuth 2.1 PKCE for standards compliant server authentication. And all MCP extension packages are now automatically scanned against the OSV vulnerability database for malware. So if you're using MCP a lot, this is nice to know right here. And for Cron System, we got a targeted but pretty impactful update here. Inactivity-based timeouts replace the old wall clock approach. That means if a cron job is actively doing work, it will never be killed. Only real idle jobs time out. So this is the same logic applied to the gateway timeout. Last but not least, we got documentation. So this often gets overlooked in change logs. As you can see, the 4.8 patch notes down towards the end here, you can actually see the full change log that has been happening since the last release. This gets overlooked, but it matters a lot. So there were apparently 40 discrepancies, more than 40 discrepancies between the docs and the actual code base. They were identified and fixed. 13 new features from recent releases were documented for the first time, and 3 new tutorials were added to the guide section. So that's pretty cool. That means they're keeping up to date on their official documentation. So if you go to the Hermes Agent News Research documentation, they actually have guide and tutorials here that you can always refer to if you want to dive in a bit deeper in those topics. All right, so that's it for this video. If you find it helpful, smash up the like button, subscribe to the channel. And if you want to start your Hermes agent from scratch, we did a full setup guide using the VPS method. Card is up there if you want to watch it. My name is Ron. Shanana!